Hey gamers, if you think you can get the most cat cuddles by luring the cat all to your toys, then you want to check out Cat Between Us. Let's take a look at how this game plays. In this game, players are trying to win 3 rounds by luring and nuzzling the cat, and they'll do that by having a score each round that is closest to where the cat is. Each round, a card will come out of the deck, and that'll show you what the target score is, so that cat will be on 12 for this round, and then each player will get a number of cards depending on both the player count and how many rounds that they have already won. So in this 3-player game, nobody has won any rounds yet, so each player will get 7 cards. And they'll have a hand of various colors, and then on each player's turn, they will put one of their cards out under one of the lure cards. They will put those out, and that will basically affect the score of cards that are left over in your hand at the end of the round. So if I play both of my red cards to the red, you don't have to, but you can play the colors to anywhere, so I could play both of them here. But let's say that I played them both to the red. I don't have any red cards, so they're worth 3 points, but I won't be getting any of those points, that kind of thing. But you'll only play 1 card each turn, so maybe I'll go ahead and play that 3 there. This other player will play their 2 to the blue. Another player will play their 2 to the orange. And I only have 1 blue card, and I don't have any orange cards, so you're going to be basing where you're going to put your cards off of what you think you're going to have left in your hand. At the beginning of the game, you'll have 3 cards left in your hand. Every time you win a round, you'll have an extra card in your hand for playing, but that will mean that you'll also have an extra card left over, which will affect how high your score could potentially get, depending on what gets played out to these cards. So let's say that the end of the round wrapped up like this, and this was what all of the different cards were worth, and this was what the 3 players had left in their hand. So this player over here has 11 from the green card, 3 from their purple card, and then 4 from their yellow card for a total of 18. This player has 2 orange cards for 6 each, so 12 points, and then another 3 for that one, so then they'll have 15 points. And then this player has 3 for their blue card, 4 for their yellow card, so they're at 7, and then another 3 for their purple card, so they're at 10. Then you'll look at the final scores for the round, and whoever had the closest score to the cat without going over will win that round and move up to the next shelf on that tracker there, and then all of them will reset, as well as the cat, and a new card will come out to say where the cat will be for the next round. If all players had gone over, then it's whoever is still the closest there, so in that case it would have been the blue player instead. And again, we'll reshuffle all the cards and deal out new ones, and if you did win a round, then you will get extra cards, which means again you'll have extra cards left over. So like if you had 1 round that you won, you'd have 4 cards left over, and you'll score that appropriately as well. The game will go for 7 rounds, or until one player wins 3 rounds, and then whoever has the most wins will win the overall game. Overall, I thought this game was pretty neat. At first glance, I thought it was a really simple card game. You know, you're just going to play a couple of cards out to the center of the table, and that's going to be what the cards left in your hand are worth. It seems very straightforward, but when you're actually playing it, there's a lot more thought that goes into what you're playing, because, you know, if you make the value of the yellow cards really good, but you're playing your last yellow card to do that, then you're not going to have any left to score them. If you make something too high and you get stuck with one, you're going to pass that cat right over potentially, and you're going to be out of the running for getting closest to the cat if you score too far off where it is. I think there's a lot of like back and forth, give and take, like with how the cat ends up, because that'll vary a lot. Like I've had rounds where it's at 9, and I've had rounds where it's at like 29. So like it's a big difference in how you play depending on where that cat is going to be. So I just think that kind of adds to the intricacy, the interestingness of the game overall, because you're going to have to play very differently depending on what value you want to have left in your hand. And that also changes round to round as you win rounds, because you have more cards, and so you're realizing as you're playing, oh, I have a whole extra card than the next person, so I need to make sure that I'm not making any of them too high because I have to score more cards. So I just thought that everything worked together really nicely, really interesting overall. But still, like I said, even though you do have that like kind of thinky nature of like, what am I going to play and what's beneficial for me based on what's in my hand, I still thought it was really approachable and it could be enjoyed by a very wide range audience. So I like that as well. But you can check my full thoughts on the blog today to decide if this one's for you.